All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Pupil's Life. uh, Dude, I can't help but laugh every time I hear the name of the podcast. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but in the words of Joe Pesci, it is what it is. How's everyone doing, man? It's fucking April 15th. It's been a month or a month plus. I don't remember really since the start of this pandemic, or the start of people taking it seriously. A better way of saying that. Uh, I'm already stumbling over my words, as you can tell. It is almost midnight here in Austin, Texas, on a Wednesday night, and I'm doing all right, man. I just got done listening to a podcast about coronavirus and just sort of the one entrepreneur's idea of what might happen, what the future might look like, and it was very optimistic. He compared it to, I think it was the World War One, and then the Great Depression, and then the Roaring Twenties, or something like that. I might be mixing one of those up, but the point is, like, he thinks that this is gonna be like the World War, and then there's gonna be a big depression, and then we will have like another golden age or whatever, which is nice to hear. I I've been trying to stay away from the news and politics and just people that are, worrying, because it is a worrisome time, but people that are spreading those worries and trying to, say like, oh, it's so uncertain, it's so nobody knows what's gonna happen, it's so scary, and it's like, that's not it's not that it's not true, but that's kind of like a scarcity way of looking at things, which is the way that I look at it, right? I'm just doing an exercise in trying to not look at it that way. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody or anything like that, but I'm trying to see this as an opportunity for us to, change the way that we live. I've been trying to change the way that I live because I had the good fortune or misfortune, however you want to see it, of reaching that boiling point at a much younger age than a lot of people do, where I was just like, dude, I can't keep living this way. I was in college, and it was fine. I was smoking a ton of weed and doing my schoolwork. I enjoyed maybe 2 of my 10 classes that I took that whole year, and I didn't do much writing. I didn't really date or meet very many new people, and I don't know. I just felt kind of stuck, right? Like I was still the person that I was when I lived in Mexico, and it wasn't fulfilling. And I was feeling a lot of pain too, like unacknowledged pain. And so I dropped out of college, moved to Austin, and I've since been still feeling pain and still repeating a lot of my same mistakes, but with the intent of becoming a better person and doing my best to help others, at least those in my community, my friends, their friends, my coworkers, trying to set a good example at all the jobs that I've had, being a leader, and not being one of those guys that's like, oh, dude, you don't need to take this job seriously. It's just another fucking restaurant job, bro. Like, that's all fun and games, until you're in your early 30s and that's all you've had is people like that at your jobs, and you are now one of those people. You're an extension of them. Like, I had this one job, dude, at a food truck, and the day that I got interviewed, it was owned by a couple, right? A young couple. And I'll just go ahead and say I've worked at a food truck called Didi, and it's a Thai food truck. It's a fucking amazing food truck. That is not the food truck that I'm talking about. They are awesome people. They're an awesome fucking employers and everything. This is a different food truck that I worked at for like a week. And I won't name their names, right? No harm intended. But I interviewed with them, and during the interview, they said, you know, if you wanna drink or smoke weed on the job, that's totally fine with us. Just make sure you don't let customers see you. And my mouth dropped in my head, right? Because I'm an incognito. I'm an incognito, dude. I never let people fucking see what I'm feeling, right? At least that's how I was raised. But my mouth dropped, metaphorically or figuratively. I'm a writer, I should know, but I don't. So, big whoop. And so I was like, okay, maybe they're just like, you know, free love and free thinkers and whatnot. Like, maybe you don't take this as a bad thing. So I go into my first shift, and I'm like, oh, dude, shit, okay, I'm learning how to do all the bowls, right? All this shit that they want me to do. And then I go into my second shift, and it's not with the owners. It's with the person that they're training to be a manager for when they are not able to work, which is already a bad sign, right? It was a new food truck, and they're trying to delegate to have somebody work there when they're not there, right? Like, dude, Didi does it fucking right, and they're gonna survive this pandemic because of that. Is because the fucking dude Justin, the dude that the husband, he hasn't let anybody be a cashier in the 4 years that they've been open, 4 or 5 years, because he knows how important it is for him to be the face of the company, him and his wife. You know, they work every fucking day. They're in the truck. And so anyway, this other truck, they were already like, we need somebody that can be there for when we're not. Granted, they were having a kid, so, you know, situation's a little bit different. But anyway, I go into the shift with this said new manager, and he's sitting there with this, like, Eastern European dude who was working the shift with me. Two of us and the manager. And both of them are just sitting there, dude, by the window, watching YouTube videos on an iPad, like the cash register iPad, the one that you use to fucking ring people up. And what are they holding in their hand is a fucking joint, dude. A marijuana-filled joint. And you know, they're like, oh, dude, what's up? So, like, there's not a lot of people here right now, so, you know, feel free to grab a seat, dude. Do you want to hit this? And at the time, I still smoked, right? So I was like, fuck it, dude, free weed. Take a little hit. And I sat down, and we had, like, a, you know, great conversation, great dudes, whatever, man. But I quickly was like, all right, dude, this is cool to, like, do with my friends when I'm not at work and to do, you know, in nature. But I'm not going to come to work and get high at my work, dude. Like, I've done it, you know, a handful of times, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 times that I've done that. But it was like an adventurous thing, right? Not like, hey, man, hey, this is going to be your regular day at work for you. Just take a seat on this fucking bucket and watch a concert pianist playing in fucking Romania, dude, because he's my third uncle removed, right? One of the guys was a fucking saxophonist or something. But anyway, man, I'm trying to help people. I've been trying to help people in my work, dude, just by trying to set an example and be respectful and be communicative. You know, sometimes the people that I work with right now, I try to communicate things to them, and they either don't want to listen, dude, or they just aren't ready to listen. But I do it anyway, right? Because you'll fucking remember it 5-6 years from now. The way that I remembered, you know, when I got fired, dude, the only time I've ever been fired from a job, and it was wrongfully so, but I still learned something, dude, is that I was working at another food truck, dude. My first food truck job in Austin, Texas, dude. And I have fantasized of slandering this fucking company's name, dude, and fucking them, dude, right? Like, they fucked me that year, but I won't, right? I'll just leave it at food truck. And dude, the owner's wife, who was in charge of some of the catering and nothing else, she came to the truck once while we were in the middle of a rush, and she said, hey, the alley behind the truck is very dirty. Will you please go sweep that up? And, you know, dude, I'm a very understanding guy. I'm a fucking nice, you know, when I took my improv classes and we had to describe ourselves with one word, I said, I'm nice Nick. So I was like, yeah, of course I will, ma'am. I will clean the shit out of that alley as soon as we finish fulfilling the 20 tickets that are on the line. You know, it's just me and one other dude. I'm not going to leave him, you know, like in the middle of a rush. It doesn't make fucking sense, dude. And I had just asked for and gotten a raise. Okay, that's just context. A 50-cent raise, dude. Eat my fucking hairy ass. And she comes in, she says that, and I'm like, yeah, after is it okay if I do that after this fucking this rush? It's just really busy, right? Like sweating, dude, trying to fucking flip chicken, right? And like and she just walks away, right? And then she comes back like 5-10 minutes later. And she says, hey Nick, will you come outside with me? I need to talk to you. And I'm just like, you know, there's still fucking tickets. There's still a rush, dude. And I'm like, all right, well, I can't, you know, this comes from the top, I guess. You know, it's like fucking in The Godfather 1 when they tell the guy to get in the car and then they drive him out to the fucking, the vineyards or whatever, or the orchards or whatever the fuck, and then they strangle him in the back seat, you know, from the back seat. You know, what are you going to do? It came from the top, man. And so I went outside, and she said, you know what? You're fucking fired. And this is verbatim, dude. I fucking remember this verbatim. She said, you know what, Nick? You're fucking fired. And just so you know, I never even liked you in the first place. You're fucking fired. So you can go home. Don't even go back in the truck. And I was like, what? I'm fired? Like, literally, dude, my face was just like, what? Like, that was the first thing that I said was like, what? Not like angry, but just like confused, right? Because we worked with a bunch, like there was 2 managers. They were fucking great. And then me, and then a bunch of fucking slackers. And the managers knew that, and they acknowledged it with me all of the time, right? Like, thank God that we have you. And so I was just like, wait, what? I'm what? Like, why? Dude, I'm a fucking, like, I knew that I was a fucking great employee. And it was slowly becoming evident to me, oh, she just doesn't like me, dude. This has nothing to do with my work ethic. She just doesn't like me, dude. And so, like, Ayrton Senna, I had to learn that politics also matter in your fucking job, dude. Like Ayrton Senna, I had to learn, dude, that it doesn't matter if you win the race. Politics can make you lose it. Okay? And that's an important lesson, dude. And so this fucking lady, she's like, I asked you to sweep the alley, and you didn't do it, you know? And if there's one thing me and my husband know, it's that if you don't finish what you start, you're no good. Or some bullshit like that, right? I lost the verbatim part after she said, you're fucking fired, because I was in shock, dude, at how unprofessional and fucking surreal it was that I was being fired. Like that by the fucking wife, dude. Not even the fucking owner, dude. Or the manager, like the fucking wife, dude. The fucking broad. The broad is gonna come and fire me, dude. The man, dude. But no, dude. And so she's like, yeah, if you don't finish what you start, you're not going to amount to shit in your life. And I was just like, okay, dude, you're having a bad day. This has nothing to do with me, but you're the owner's wife. He's putting his fucking dick in your mouth and ass and pussy. And not in mine. So I'm out of a job. As much as I'm right, dude, politics matter. And, you know, I did end up going back in the truck just to get my backpack, dude. And fucking Joe, the manager at the time that I was working with, he was like, dude, what happened? And I was like, she fired me. So, I guess I'm not working here anymore. Dude, I was 19 at the time, dude. And so, and he was like, dude, just go home. Don't worry. I'll talk to the manager, dude. Just don't worry. Like this isn't going to stand. Right. And I'm like, you know, in my head, I'm like, this is just validating what I already thought, dude, that I'm a fucking great employee. And that's the thing, dude. I missed that part. The verbatim is that after she said, you know, you're fucking fired and you're not going to amount to shit. She said, you had the nerve to ask my husband for a raise, and now you're slacking? Dude, I wanted to fucking kick her teeth in so bad and take a picture and send it to her fucking husband, dude. And just be like, this is who you fucking married, dude, and you're gonna have fucking interfering with your business, dude? You're not gonna amount to shit, dude. And not because you're not going to be economically successful, dude, but because your fucking employees are not going to respect you. Because you've got this fucking loose cannon just running around saying, I don't like you, so you're fucking fired, dude, right? Reminds me of my fucking, you know, like my sister, dude, in high school. Or some fucking bullshit she would have done, right? Like, I'm not getting in the fucking car, dude. I can't believe you came to pick me up in this fucking brand new 2005 Chevy. I'm gonna tell my dad about it, right? Like, dude, you're not a fucking high school girl. Don't fucking come to your husband's work business, dude, that he started and fucking affect it. Man, like, but it's all fucking politics, dude. So that's the lesson that I learned, right? Is that you have to care about politics. And I don't mean politics like fucking Donald Trump, dude. I can't believe I have to vote for Joe fucking Biden. Oh my god, like I don't mean that kind of bullshit, dude. That makes no fucking sense. I mean like office politics and that kind of bullshit. Like Ayrton Senna. I had to fucking learn a lesson, dude. So anyway, that's 20 minutes of fucking bullshit right there. Before I listened to that podcast, dude, and what motivated me to do my podcast tonight, because I don't really have a set day for when I make these, dude. I'm just sort of at the whim of my brother. Right? I'm like, oh, dude, is he going to be home tonight? Oh, he's not. Okay, then I could record tonight. But it's Tuesday, and I just released a new episode last night. So should I do it, right? Then I'm going to be fucking putting out old news next week. And I guess Wednesday's not all that different, but my work is sort of stacked on the weekends, so weekends are hard for me. But anyway, dude, I was watching a documentary. Actually, dude, before I get into the fucking documentary, I want to talk more about my fucking just my week, dude, and the coronavirus. Not the coronavirus itself, but like my fucking life, dude. Because I feel like I've just been talking about documentaries the whole fucking time in these podcasts. And so, dude, like a couple weeks ago, right when shit was getting really heavy, I ride my bicycle to work. And, it's a 20-minute ride. It's not that crazy. But I rode to work one morning, and the whole morning it was raining. It was raining and it was raining. There was no people coming in. And it didn't... Usually, it stops raining by the time I have to leave, right? And sometimes I'll ride my bike in the rain, like in a light drizzle in the morning. Because I don't know. Austin it fluctuates so much in its weather that I'm like, it's going to stop raining, dude. The sun's going to come out. It's fucking Austin, dude. But this particular day... The rain just got more and more intense, dude. And so by the time I had to leave, I was like, it was 4 o'clock, dude. And I'm like, fuck, I could wait it out because I had my bike out there. I could wait it out, or I could just fucking book it, dude, to the nearest bus stop. Risk getting the coronavirus inside of the bus, dude, public transit, and then get home a little bit wet. That was my train of thought, was like, I could wait it out, dude, and be completely fine if and when the rain stops, right? If and when. Or I could just fucking rough it and rough it out, dude, and just fucking zip line to the fucking bus stop and risk getting coronavirus. And then fucking, dude, I'm pausing so much on this podcast. And then get home a little bit wet, right? And it's almost like a fucking metaphor, dude, for when I dropped out of college, dude. Because it was like, dude, I could stay here in this neat little facade that my parents have created for me, where I'm just going to what is virtually an extension of my fucking high school that they're paying for, dude, and just, work my little banquet server job and make a little bit of extra cash on the side and go down that traditional path of bullshit and false hope, dude, with the expectation that maybe, dude, if and when I graduate, I would have maybe a job lined up, right? As a fucking English major, dude. Really, dude? Even I could smell my own bullshit, That's the thing about being smart, dude, is that you can smell your own bullshit, man. And so it's hard, to be like, dude, I want to be a fucking, I want to be a fucking, I'm going to be the next Bill Gates, dude. Like, and then you're like, dude, no, you're fucking not, man. You fucking, you're not, dude. You can just smell your own bullshit. But anyway, it's like a fucking metaphor, dude. Stay in college, dude, and do all that bullshit. Or, dude, fucking take the fast track, the Amtrak. I drove, dude, but I'm making a point here. You're making a point dressed like that? Dude, fucking Irishman. It's so ingrained in my head, dude. It's the most quotable movie from 2019, dude. Irishman. And if you don't believe me, dude, you're just wrong. I'm sorry, but if you don't believe me, you're wrong. what was I saying, man? God damn. Um, but yeah, dude. So I could fucking take the fucking Amtrak to from California, where I was in school, to Austin, Texas, and spend a few years, dude, getting a little bit wet, getting a little bit of wetness, dude, roughing it out, risk fucking failing completely, dude, and not being able to become a self-sustainable individual, have my own apartment, my own job, fucking relationships, and everything that I was planning on doing. Risk getting coronavirus, risk all of that failing, dude, or, dying, dude. I don't know. I'd never lived on my own, off of my own, resources and intellect. And I was fucking 19. And so I did it, dude. I was like, dude, that's sounds more fun. It sounds like I'll learn so much more, dude. And if I succeed, the reward will be much greater than if I succeed at this college thing. It's like, and so, dude. Anyway, going back to the fucking point of, because I have, like, dude, when I was a fucking small boy or a teenager, I remember just being like, dude, imagine writing a fucking book, man. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Imagine writing a fucking book, dude. And in my high school graduation, one of my English teacher, she said, like, one day I'm going to see this kid's book. She was talking about me. One day I'm going to see this boy's book on a bookshelf. Right? And she was one of those fucking, like, I loved her, dude, but she was also kind of one of those, like New York Times-y, kind of like traditional writer publishing people. But the result is the same, dude. Is like, when she said that, I was like, dude, that's like a pipe dream almost. It sounded like me spelling my own bullshit out. Like, dude, am I really going to be able to fucking write a book someday? And now I've published 4 books, dude, and written like almost 4 more. And it almost is starting to feel like, all right, dude, I know I can write a book, but like, what can you do with that now? You can write a book. You don't have to just write any book now. Now it's like, what book do I want to write? What story do I want to tell? It's funny. I'll get back to the fucking story about the rain, right? Because that's the whole point of me not talking about the documentary, is that I said I was going to talk about my life a little bit more. But anyway, what story am I going to tell? And I realized the first 2 or 3 years that I was in Austin, dude, I really didn't write about my life as much as I do now. Like, I wrote fiction a lot more. And I don't know if it's like, if that transition from writing mostly fiction to writing mostly nonfiction now is because I've, become closer, or not become closer, dude, but grown closer to myself and my emotions, dude, and more open to who I am and the things that I've done. Like, fucking years ago, dude, the thought of telling one of my friends that I had, been sexual with a man was like, put a fucking bullet in me, bury me, and spit on my grave before you do that. And now, dude, I joke all the time about that shit, right? Like, yeah, so that's that's my fucking life, dude. That's what I've been fucking, dude. What am I even, I sound like a fucking soap opera right now. And I've never even seen or watched or heard a soap opera, and I know that seen and heard are the same word. But anyway, back to the fucking rain. So it's a metaphor, right, dude? And I'm standing there and I'm like, should I go out, dude, in the fucking rain, book it to the bus? And the dishwasher, he's looking at me. He's like, no way, dude. I'm staying here. I'm waiting it out. And I was like, yeah, but you're a traditional dude. You're a traditional 50-year-old Mexican dude. I'm a young buck. I'm looking for a quick fuck. And so I just strap a fucking trash bag, poke holes in it, right, for my arms and my head, and I strap it on, dude. Strap it. I tie it so that it's tight around the waist, and then I put my shorts on. I take my pants off. I put my shorts on, and I just go and I ride in the fucking heavy and cold rain to the bus, dude, with all the fucking peons that are just like me, just standing in the fucking bus stop, just fucking shivering, dude. I was shivering, dude, at the bus stop, waiting for my bus with a homeless person and a homeless couple, and then, a few people that are probably on welfare. And they were all looking at me like, what's this individual doing riding a bicycle under these weather conditions? And I'm shivering, dude, in shorts and fucking a trash bag, waiting for my bus, hoping that I don't catch corona, dude, right? At least it's raining, right? Because, I don't know, that washes the bacteria away in my mind or something. But then I get on the fucking bus, dude, and he's got the AC turned on. And I'm shivering more in the bus than I was outside of it. And I want to say something, but we're not allowed to go up to the fucking drivers anymore. Because you're not even allowed to enter the bus through the front door anymore. So I fucking muscle it through, right? And then we get to my stop. I get off the bus. I go to take my bike off, and what do? I step in a fucking river that is now the street. And the water reaches my shin, dude, as I'm pulling my bike off of the bus, dude. My feet are underwater. And I'm not making this up, dude. My feet are underwater in fucking, 30, 25 degree water. And then I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to turn my bike into a fucking boat, dude. And so I rode my bike with the tires half underwater, man. Pretty fucking much. And cold rain fucking sprinkling my eyelashes. Like I was in some fucking wet t-shirt contest or something. But then I made it home. I made it fucking home, dude. And what did I learn? I learned that, at the end of the day, it was just a little bit of water. At the end of the day, it's just a little bit of water. And I'm just a little bit wet. And I got naked immediately. I threw my clothes in the dryer. I got naked. I threw my clothes in the dryer. Took a shower, dude. And then it was like nothing had happened. I didn't get coronavirus. I mean, I haven't been tested, dude. So maybe I did. And I just am asymptomatic. But I didn't, I didn't get the coronavirus I thought that I might get. Like the bad version, right? And other than fucking being cold and shivering with people that are just like me, right? Peons, the lower class of America, dude. The fucking poverty level citizens that we are, shivering in the cold, out in public, dude, during a quarantine, during a pandemic, dude. Just hopeless and alone and afraid. And at the end of the day, dude, all that did was get me a little bit wet. So what is the fucking big deal, You're going to drop out of college and go pursue your fucking dreams of being a TikTok star, dude, or being a fucking famous musician, and you're afraid of getting a little bit wet, dude. You're going to get wet anyway. You're going to get wet in college, dude. You're going to get wet in an office, dude. And you know what? If you went to college, dude, and you work in an office, odds are, dude, your office got fucking flooded, man, and you're never going back there again. So I don't know what the point I'm making is, but the point is you're gonna get a little bit wet, okay? In life, dude, if you're afraid of getting wet, it's because you're gonna get a little bit wet, dude. And at the end of the day, it's just a little bit of water. Dude, this is why it's so hard for me to write the little descriptions for my podcast, because it's like, in this episode, I talk about fucking getting a little bit wet, dude. And people are like, what, dude? Is that a sexual innuendo? Is that, what is he being literal? Did he go scuba diving this week and that's what he's going to talk? He's not supposed to be going out scuba diving during a quarantine. I'm not going to listen to him anymore because I'm going to virtue signal that I'm better than him. He shouldn't be leaving the house. Yeah, well, I got to fucking make money somehow, don't I? And you're at home, dude, on your fucking ass, sitting on the couch, ordering some fucking, ordering some noodles and fucking video games, dude, from fucking Amazon. Who do you think is going to deliver that, dude? Somebody that needs to leave the house. Somebody that you think shouldn't leave the house, but has to make money somehow, dude. Has to get a little bit wet. And I think everybody would be a lot better if we all just focused on, our own fucking water, dude. The water that's on us, the water that gets on us. Not the water that gets on other people, dude. Just the water that gets on us, right? Because we can't dry off other people for them, But we can dry ourselves off, dude. But anyway, I went to H-E-B, which is the grocery store here in Texas. I went to H-E-fucking-B yesterday, dude. And I've been preparing for H-E-B since the day that I heard somebody tested positive that worked at my H-E-B, dude. I've since that day, which was 2 weeks ago, on the dot, dude. I've been preparing for this visit to H-E-B, right? I can't just fucking pretend like it's another day at the grocery store, not wear any protection and just fucking, who done it, right? Who care? Who done it? It's probably not there anymore, right? Just pretend, be ignorant about it. And so I've been preparing, dude. I fucking took some extra masks from my work home and took some extra gloves, latex gloves home, and wrote all my fucking groceries down on a list. And, so I'm ready to go, man. I get there, there's a line outside, and I'm like, fuck, dude. First time during the pandemic that I'm going to have to get in line for the grocery store, dude. Like I'm at fucking Disney World, right? They should have, if grocery stores wanted to exploit the pandemic, dude, they should have like a platinum members only line. You pay 10% more for your groceries, but you don't wait in line. And you don't wait in that fucking cesspool of bacteria, dude, of people that aren't respecting the social distancing, fucking paint on the floor, dude. Dude, there was this fucking guy. I was in line, and there was this fucking guy, dude. I was standing on my block, dude. They paint these red little squares that say, keep social distancing, this is your spot, or whatever. like, wait until the person ahead of you moves to the next square. And I wait in my square, dude, for the person ahead of me to move to his fucking square. And the dude behind me is a fucking hovering mouth breather. Just fucking wanted, dude, to get an elbow to the nose because of how close he was standing to me. But I'm there, right, dude? I'm zen. I've been meditating for this moment, and I'm prepared. I've got my face mask, dude. As long as he doesn't fucking touch me or breathe on me or come closer than fucking, fuck it, dude, 3 feet, right? Because he's not respecting the 6 feet, but I don't want to start an altercation, and the line's moving pretty fast, then we're all good, man. And he didn't do that. Okay, so we get into the fucking grocery store, and I go to grab my cart, dude. I've got the gloves on. I've got the face mask on. Everything, dude. All that you can see is, my forehead and my eyes, dude. And my hair. Everything else is covered up, dude. I'm like fucking Mark Wahlberg at the end of The Departed. Right? Except I'm not there to murder anybody. Unless I've got corona. And in that case, maybe I am, dude. But I'm unaware of it, right? And so I'm like, Marky Mark, dude. Strolling into the fucking HEB that I know somebody has been tested positive for corona at. Strolling into the Lion's Den. And as I'm going through the produce aisle, dude, picking out my fucking recipe for my famous chicken recipe, right? Picking out the veggies for my famous chicken recipe. I'm in the bell peppers, waiting for this Hispanic woman and her daughter. And by the way, dude, fuck people who are like, oh yeah, why does she have to be Hispanic? Like, why can't you just say woman, dude? Why do you need to tell us her race? It's like, dude, I'm giving the story color, okay? And I don't I don't mean that literally, dude. I mean, like, I'm painting a fucking scene here. So don't give me shit about, like, oh yeah, dude, why do you have to say it was a black man, dude? Why can't you just say it was a man, dude? It's like, because I want you to have a fucking visual of what I was living, and, dude, because it was a fucking Hispanic woman, and not everything has to do with their race, I can say it was a Hispanic woman, and that not have anything to do with how she behaved, okay? Thank you, dude. And so I'm standing there, dude, waiting for this fucking Hispanic woman, and I say fucking, dude, because I'm mad at you for fucking making me doubt that I can say Hispanic and that I can say black man and that I can fucking give people the ethnicity that they are when I'm telling a fucking story, dude. Not because the Hispanic woman did anything wrong, right? Yet, dude. Because, oh, did she? Oh, did she do something fucking wrong, dude? And whether that's because she's Hispanic or not, that's up to you to fucking decide. That's not what I'm saying, dude. Right? And I'm Hispanic too, so if it was what I was saying, then it's okay because I'm Hispanic and I've done shit wrong too, and every race does shit wrong. Anyway. So I'm standing there, dude, and she's fucking, she's like taking her jolly ass time, dude, picking those bell peppers. And I'm like, I'm standing back, dude, because I'm taking the social distancing thing seriously. And I'm not going to go and reach in for vegetables, dude, while somebody else is reaching in their dirty fucking gloveless hands for vegetables. And they're not dirty because she's Hispanic, dude. They're dirty because everybody's hands are fucking dirty. Okay? Especially at a grocery store, dude. And especially, dude, if you're wearing gloveless hands during a pandemic, your hands are dirty. So she's reaching it. I'm not going to go and fucking, I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of the extras, dude, in Contagion that's like fucking rushing the grocery aisle, right? Like throwing a cart. I'm not going to hold a grocery cart with 3 other hooligans and throw it through a fucking grocery window because I'm hungry, dude. I'm not going to be one of those people. And so I'm standing there and I'm waiting for her to do her thing. And then, once I think she's finished, right? She turns toward me, dude. I think she's finished, and she's giving me the nod of like, oh, I'm done. But no, dude, she turns toward me, and she says, Mister, you reach for me? And I'm so confused. I don't even know if I heard what she said, that I'm just like, huh? Like, what? And she's just pointing, dude, with her fucking arm at the top rack of bell peppers. And she's like, the large ones. You reach for me? And, dude, I made a mistake. I made the mistake, dude, of being a fucking nice Nick, you know? And not wanting to take a second, dude, to assess and then decide, because maybe that would upset her, dude. You know, it was my fucking trauma child was triggered and was like, oh, dude, do what she says, dude, be nice, dude. And so I was like, oh, dude, for sure, dude, I'll get you the best bell peppers that you want. How many do you want? And she's like, you reach? And I'm like, I guess, dude. So I grab a bell pepper, and she doesn't move, right? She's standing where I should be standing if I want to reach for the fucking bell peppers. So I have to get closer to her and reach over her, dude, to get the bell peppers. And I grab one and I hand it to her, and I'm like, good? And she's like, more. And I'm like, fuck, dude, okay. So I grab another one, dude, and I pass it to her. I grab another one, dude, I pass it to her. That's 3. I grab another one, that's 4. And I'm like, good now? And she's like, no, more. She like laughs, dude, while she says more. And in my head, I'm just like, woman, do you not know what the fuck is going on right now, dude? I'm being a good citizen and all, dude. But we shouldn't be doing this. And I don't care that you want the larger bell peppers that are on the rack you can't reach, but I don't work at H-E-B, dude. I don't fucking work here, dude. So why are you asking me to reach for them, dude, during a pandemic that spreads viruses through human interaction, dude? Why the fuck are you doing that? And why the fuck am I, dude, going along with it? So by the time we get to the 9th bell pepper, dude, I'm just like, all right, is that enough? And she's like, yes, thank you. And she fucking just turns her back and walks away. But the thing is, dude, that as I was fucking getting the bell peppers, she was taking them from my hand, dude. You know, I was like, dude, I'll put them in a fucking bag for you. But no, she didn't even wait for me to make that decision. She just, as I grabbed it, and I was like, this one is good. And she just fucking grabbed it from my hand instead of saying yes, she fucking grabs the bell pepper from my hand, dude, with her dirty fucking hands. And remember, they're not dirty because she's Hispanic. They're dirty because it's a fucking pandemic, dude. And if they are dirty because she's Hispanic, so are mine, dude, because I'm also Hispanic, okay? So go fuck yourself, dude. So yeah, dude, I had to fucking, you know, and the shitty thing is, dude, that's the first thing that happened when I went to the grocery store. And so now I've got my fucking gloves could have corona on them, and everything I touch, dude, is now gonna potentially have coronavirus on it. So I can either take my glove off and go through the infection zone with unprotected hands, dude. You know, I could risk fucking her and fucking putting a load out into the fucking unknown, and maybe having a child, dude, and maybe getting fucking killed by coronavirus. Or I could just, you know, go jerk off in the restroom, dude, and potentially, you know, get a little bit of fucking, what's it called, dude, when your fucking asshole bleeds? What's it called, dude? Those little fucking things that, you know, you wipe your ass, dude, and there's blood smeared on the fucking paper. hemorrhoids, dude. You know, I could go jerk off in a public restroom, dude, and just fucking risk getting hemorrhoids, dude. Or I could go fuck somebody that might have a baby, dude, that I don't want to have a baby with. Ah, man. It's what it is, man. It's the fucking world that we live in. It's the world that I live in, right? I can't afford Instacart, dude. Fuck no. Fuck that, man. But anyway, dude. What else have I been up to, man? What the fuck else? I got my fucking federal relief fund direct deposited into my bank account, dude, and it feels fucking great, dude. It feels like fucking I feel like throwing a party for myself, dude. You know, that's how fucking good it feels. You don't know how good it feels to go and to get a fucking federal relief fund until you go into your bank account, dude, and you see the blue numbers, dude. And you see a 1, a comma, a 2, a 00. You just fucking earned $1,200 free money dollars, dude. And you know, it's not me like, woo! Now I get to buy fucking a PS4, right? Like, it's not me saying that. It's just more me like, woo! Now I fucking get to survive, dude, for at least another month. Because if I cut my costs down, $1,200 is about the minimum I can spend in a month, dude. So that was the fucking news of the day, man. That was the news of today for me, was that I got free money in the bank, dude. And what else, man? I got an extra shift at work last week. So that's good too, man, right? That's the thing I'm most grateful for right now, is that I still have a job, dude. Like, I can't wrap my head around how lucky I am that I still have a job. And you know how sometimes people that have been really successful, they say like, yeah, you know, it's a combination of really hard work and getting very lucky, dude. This is me getting really lucky right now, you know? And it's not going to result in me becoming a fucking famous superstar, dude. That's not my goal, dude. But it's going to result in me continuing to pursue my passion, dude, and writing and being able to still live my fucking life, dude. You know, still fucking, you know, hold the fort down. So this is my time, dude. I'm getting lucky and I'm grateful for it. I'm very grateful for it, and I'm sorry for the people that haven't gotten lucky. But you know, people are collecting unemployment like it's fucking Christmas Day. So it appears, dude, like my manager was telling me the other day that some of his friends are making more money than he is, and they're not working, dude. You know, so who's really getting the worst of it? You know, I'm not sure anymore. But I know I got some money today, and that felt fucking good, man. Yeah, dude, this fucking documentary I was watching. It's Grizzly Man, dude, and it's an old documentary from 2005 about a man who lived with grizzly bears for 13 years of his life, dude. And his name is Timothy Treadwell. You know, a very ironic name for somebody that died in the fucking wilderness. Got eaten alive by a bear, dude. It's fucking crazy, and it's sad, but it's also just inspiring in a way. And it's funny, dude. I was watching this fucking thing just less than 2 hours ago, and it's so fucking... It just... Dude, I don't know, man. It's like... There's a scene with two bears fighting each other. And it looks like they're doing, you know, like jujitsu, dude. But it's bears. And it just resembles how human beings fight so much that it's kind of eerie. Until, dude... dude, it resembles how we fight as human beings so much until, dude, one of the fucking bears just shits itself while it's fucking biting the other one. And it just shits pounds and pounds of bear shit. As it's like trying to put this other bear into a headlock, dude, just shit comes out of its asshole. And it was hard not to fucking laugh at that, despite, you know, the brutalness of nature that you're getting to witness. And the fact that this fucking Timothy dude is just standing, you know, a few 100 feet from these bears filming them, dude, is insane to me. That he got away with this for so long, like that he was able to pull this off for so many years, is insane to me. And you know, it's also like, it's so crazy, dude, that some of the people they interview in the documentary call him mentally retarded. And you know, there's this one dude that they're interviewing, and he's like, yeah, well, you know, I looked at Timothy and I always thought, you know, this boy must be mentally retarded. You know, nobody goes out into the woods and just decides to live with the bears, right? Like, he must be mentally retarded. And it's like, dude, how casually people said that word, because it was just a fucking scientific term for how to describe, you know, like the word retardation, dude, is a fucking scientific term. And it was refreshing in a way to just be like, oh, dude, remember the days when, you know, people just said the word for what it was, dude, and didn't have to fucking candy it up, right? It's like, dude, Louis' whole fucking bit on the word retarded is so great, and his new special, it's so fucking delightful. But yeah, I don't know, man. This documentary, I'm still wrapping my head around it, I guess. But the man, you know, and you have Werner Herzog throughout the whole thing. It's so bizarre to watch him just narrating over the documentary. Because his documentaries are different, you know, than most documentaries, where he's just like, and in this part of the nature. I can't do a Werner Herzog, but he's like, just basically, he's like, this is where I disagree with Timothy, and like, I'm just like, dude, who fucking asked you for your opinion, right? Just present a story, dude, and let us make our own opinion, right? Isn't that a thing that filmmakers try not to do? Is like, the people that made the Joker, dude, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix, when they were asking in the interviews, oh, what really happened and what didn't, they're like, oh, well, that's up to you to decide, right? I don't need to tell you what I think, because, you know, what's the point, dude? You decide whatever you want. It doesn't matter what we think. And the whole time I was just like, dude, Werner, I don't give a fuck what you think, dude. I'm formulating my own thoughts and ideas around this, okay? Can you stop feeding me yours? Like, you want me to regurgitate them to somebody else after I watch this? Oh, dude, this guy was crazy, dude. People called him mentally retarded. But Werner Herzog, dude, he doesn't agree with that. And he just, you know, he says it at several points in the fucking movie. And just like, dude, I don't know, man. And there's this really uncomfortable scene where, you know, apparently they found footage, like, Timothy left the fucking the lens cap on his camera on because he just didn't have time. But like, when he got mauled by the bear, he and his girlfriend, by the way, when he and his girlfriend got fucking eaten alive by bears, dude, their camera was recording, but it was covered by the lens cap, and his audio recorder was also recording, right? And so they had these tapes in the forensics files or whatever, and they gave them to Timothy's ex-girlfriend, who he left all of his belongings to in his will. And Werner Herzog goes to her house, and he listens to the tape of fucking Treadwell getting eaten alive and moaning and his girlfriend hitting the bear with a fucking frying pan over the head, right? And just yelling at the top of her lungs and like just a brutal fucking description, dude. And then he looks at the woman and he's like, you must throw this away. You must throw this tape away because otherwise it'll be the white elephant in your room. Like, just fucking, like, dude, she can make her own decisions, you know? I don't know, dude. I'm not one to usually say shit like that. Like, oh, really, dude? Oh, really, dude? You need to tell us that she can make her own decisions, right? Can't she do it? Like, I'm doing the fucking same thing right now, I guess. But it was just so uncomfortable to watch him, you know? How fucking... You don't know this woman, dude. You know, don't come in here and tell her what she's supposed to do with the tape from fucking her ex-boyfriend, dude. He's like, because I guess she hasn't listened to it, and so he's like, you must never listen to this. You must never listen to this, and you must throw this tape away. You must get rid of this, please. You know, and I get it, dude. You're trying to help her, but really you're just trying to protect her, dude. And I don't know, man. The point is that this is fucking great, and it was also neat to see Timothy Treadwell talk about how he saw the Bears sort of as like his higher power, because he was also a recovering alcoholic, addict, whatever you call it, a person in recovery. And when you learn this in the movie, he's like, yeah, I was with drugs and with alcohol for a very long time, and then I tried recovery groups and it didn't work, and I tried all I could not to drink, and then I did all I could to drink when I was trying to do that. And it wasn't until I found these bears in this part of Alaska that I really, you know, I realized, like, if I'm going to protect these bears, dude, I can't do that drunk. I have to be the best version of myself that I can. And what's beautiful about that, dude, is that it ties into what I was saying earlier, dude, about the water, dude, is that he can't help those bears unless he helps himself, dude. And he, in some distorted way, understood that. And it was fucking beautiful, dude, to hear him say that. And just how much people need to appreciate the value in that message right now, dude, is unreal. You know, because people are still complaining about Donald Trump and, oh, my fucking government's not doing anything. And then they're getting $1,200 in the fucking direct deposit, right? And like, well, this isn't going to be enough, dude. Fucking, what am I going to fan? Just fucking making noise, dude. Like little fucking toddlers. And not really reflecting on anything about themselves, right? It's just like, this is, man, fucking, I'm just gonna fucking watch Netflix, dude, and fucking jerk off, and then fucking watch more Netflix, dude, and then wake up and watch politics, dude, and then fucking jerk off again, dude, and just fucking, like, become a worse individual, dude, and become a fucking, just the rotten piece of humanity, dude, that we do see in these documentaries, right? Like Tiger King, dude. Who wants to fucking watch that piece of shit, man? I don't even need to watch an episode, dude. I saw the trailer, dude, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with people? You know? Everybody's so excited about this documentary about, like, just the fucking grossest corners of humanity, dude. It's like, this is what's most watched, dude. It's like, I don't know, man. I want to end it on a positive note. And that is that, you know, despite Timothy Treadwell's tragic ending, for someone like me, dude, that's in recovery and that's going to support groups, and that it has helped in a way, and you know, that I do believe now in a higher power, and not necessarily God, dude, because I'm not a religious individual. It was very, you know, like, oh shit, man. Like, your higher power is not necessarily God or some other thing, dude. Like some other being, dude. But your higher power is your mission, dude, to become the best individual that you can, so that you can help the people around you become the best individuals that they can. You know what I mean? Like if you're just a fucking emotional wreck, dude, and a fucking mess, and which is fine, dude, but if you never do anything about it, and you just continue to have miserable people in your life that you make more miserable, dude, by fucking hurting them and never looking at your actions and never being accountable, holding yourself accountable for anything, dude, how are you going to help anybody, dude? You know? It's, I lived with a guy once who passed away. Bless the man's soul. And I told him once, he was going through a really hard time. And he should have been in recovery. He wasn't, though. And I lived with this guy, and every day, dude, that we talked, he would come home from work, and he would just complain about his fucking coworkers and his bosses and how terrible of a job they were doing. And I told him, dude, at my young age of 19, I told him, dude, like, listen, man, you need to stop complaining, dude. All that you do when you and I talk is complain. You need to look at yourself, dude. And maybe it was a little bit harsh, dude. Maybe it wasn't. I personally don't think that it was. I think that telling people straight up what the fucking truth is the best thing you can do for them, even if it hurts a little bit in the moment. And yeah, man, Timothy Treadwell was able to do that, and I think more people need to really use this time to realize, dude, that if you're gonna live life, you're gonna get a little bit wet. And pretending that you're dry all the time, dude, and that you're fucking, that you're in the Sahara Desert, dude, isn't gonna do anything except make you quenched and a little bit thirsty for some water. And, either way, dude, if you pretend you're fucking dry your whole life, or if you admit that there's a little bit of water under those armpits, you're going to get wet at some point, right? And so that's the takeaway. So thank you, everybody, for listening. And remember, dude, you need to be the best version of yourself that you can, or closest to that, if you want to talk about changing the world, dude. Stop fucking looking to politicians and other people to solve your fucking emotional state of anxiety that this coronavirus is causing, dude. And start looking at yourself, dude. And what the fuck can you do right now? What the fuck can you do about that right now? You're having sleepless nights, dude. You're crying a lot because you don't know what's gonna come. You're unemployed and you're freaking out about it. All right, dude. That's okay, man. But what now? But what now? That's what you need to be asking yourself is, but what now? What about now? This is how I feel. And let's recognize that. But what comes next? Because it can't just be that. It can't just be, your feelings are there to guide you. They're not there to just make you miserable, dude. And that's a big misconception. That's why people are so afraid of their emotions. Like, I just don't want to feel sad. I don't want to be sad for all day long. It's like, dude, you don't have to. And once you fucking recognize how you're feeling and you accept it, you won't be feeling that way for very long, dude. Because you'll be focusing on, okay, what now, dude? I am feeling a little bit sad and a little bit anxious. So what now? Okay, well, maybe today can be, a day where I take care of myself. And I don't focus on trying to find a job, and I don't focus on these things, and I focus more on taking care of me first, dude. Because nobody's going to hire you if you're not being taken care of, dude. And they don't want to take care of you. You think the fucking, you think, even at my fucking first food truck job, dude, where I got fired I was fucking helping that place so much, dude. They weren't taking care of me at all, dude. They didn't even want to give me a 50-cent raise, dude. And I still got fucking fired, dude. You think that they want to fucking have somebody that they need to take care of, dude? Nobody wants to take care of you, dude. Except the people that love you. And even then, dude, they can only do so much for you. So, let's all use this time, dude, to focus on ourselves. Not on the president. Not on politics. And not on the fucking news, dude. Because that's only going to make life harder. So thank you all for listening and tuning in. And I will see you next week.